It's now 9:19 in the morning, July 1st. This is day number 3. Last night it rained pretty hard. Thank goodness I set up my shelter before it started raining really hard last night. The shelter basically is a tarp. I tied the tarp between, there's a rope going across, and I have tied it off in the corners. So it created a little canopy for me. These ropes here I used to hang up some of the clothes I was wearing yesterday. So that stuff goes in the dirty clothes bin. Even though I haven't taken a shower in a few days, well, ever since I left. Strung up the hammock in between the two. I got my sleeping pad in here, which created a nice little cushion for me, and then my sleeping bag. Amadeus was covered with the emergency blanket. That kept him warm all night. And so it is raining out here. Looks like it's going to be like this all day. When you're hiking in the Whites here in New Hampshire, you don't really need that much water. Water is just everywhere. So I had this container in my bag. I'm going to try to drink as much of this as possible today and just empty it out. There's just streams left and right everywhere. Every 25 yards there's another stream coming down the side of the mountain. So you do not need to carry water at excess weight at this juncture. So far as breakfast, this is what I'm doing. I have a little camp stove I got from Walmart. It's only like $5 stove, and it works with one of those chafe thingies. So today, basically, we're at Osgood tent site. We're gonna go up Osgood Trail, up to Mount Madison, take the Watson path over, and then hook around to Valley Way tent site. Hopefully that wasn't too blurry, but that's what we're going to do today. And I'm gonna have the GoPro in the waterproof case for most of the time, so the audio is going to be pretty muffled. After a pretty rainy morning, we started heading up the mountain to Mount Madison, and we just crossed over into what's known as the Alpine Zone. As you can see around me, there are no tall trees, just these little short alpine pine trees, and because they're short, we can actually look over top of them. Now pretty much it's just, we're in a cloud. This whole area is all fogged out. If it was a normal day without all these clouds, you'd be able to see over into the other mountain range. Not far from the summit of Mount Madison, there's all these rocks. There's little white markers there basically telling you where the trail goes. They also have little rock piles like this. It's very easy to get lost up here because you're not constricted to one little single trail because the trees kind of hold you in. Basically this up here is pretty vast, and you can go many directions. I'll keep looking for those little rock piles. While I was traveling up this rock pile here. I didn't want to go straight up. I wanted to then go around, and I stepped on one of the rocks and it was kind of loose. I fell over this way. I think I banged my knee here, this rock, and then flipped over and had to let go of my pack to get up. So I took my pack off. This is where I was at, and that's what my knee looks like right now. And it is pretty cold. It's about 50. Oh, my thermometer is reading about 55, 52 degrees, somewhere in there. There's probably like a 15 to 20 mile per hour wind. Yep. So take into consideration that we're wet, and there's a 15 mile per hour wind. Makes it pretty cold. There it is. It's clearing. Look at that. So I'm guessing that up there is the summit of Mount Madison. This pretty much was all covered with clouds until now, and you can see how fast the clouds are moving. Here's the clouds that are coming away. They're just rolling in. This is pretty cool. Look, there's a ridge here. On this side of the ridge you can see a bunch of clouds. On this side, clear. So the wind is blowing up, it's throwing all the moisture to accumulate on the other side of that ridge. Okay, we are, like I keep saying, we're getting close to the summit. It's 5 o'clock right now. There's no water up this high, there's no streams. So the only water source there is these little pools of water. So I'm going to grab some water out of there, take a drink, and looks like we're getting patches of clouds breaking through. So at least now you can see to the other side, more so than we did before. Was coming up here with Amadeus, and this area right here was pretty steep for him. Had to help him up. You know, dogs. Look at him, showing up there. It's not really good for dogs. A lot of rocks. Hopefully his paws aren't all torn up. But check out. We were down there the last time I filmed. You can see we're above some of the clouds, many of the clouds. We're about eye level with these big ones up here, the cumulus clouds. So that's where we are. We are about the cumulus cloud level. Way over there, town down there. It's gonna get to be 6 o'clock, and we still haven't made it to Mount Madison. Well, we're like right there. So hopefully we can get off of this mountain pretty quick and make it to at least an elevation where we can set up tent. Because right here you see there's no trees, so I won't be able to set up the hammock anywhere here. Plus, this isn't not allowed to camp in this area because it's above tree line. So let's keep on going straight up that hill. Made it to the hut. This is Madison Spring Hut, just off of Mount Madison. Behind me is a mountain, and then here to the other side of me is the hut. So we're gonna go in there and try to see what's up. You know, maybe I can stay here. Days here can't stay, so we'll be walking to a tent site. Oh. So on my way to the tent site, I passed this sign. The area has the worst weather in America. Many have died there from exposure even in the summer. Turn back now if the weather is bad. It's starting to get a lot windier, so glad I got my camp set up. Time is now 8:39, and so there's my basically same setup as yesterday. One thing I did change from yesterday though is that yesterday I had the tarp lower and the hammock was lower, and so when it was raining, right, I couldn't stand up inside the tarp. I had to be hunched over like this to, you know, do everything in the morning while it was raining. So hopefully with this being a little higher, that'll allow me to, if it is raining in the morning, allow me to clean up easier and faster. So, time to eat something. Amadeus is already knocked out. He's warm and toasty. He still has his backpack on, using it as a blanket. He also has the emergency blanket, and on top of that, he has the waterproof cover that I have for my bag. So there we go. Okay, I'm going to, like I said, eat something and get some rest.